This is the Math 1113 Zoom meeting, March 18th, covering section 6.4 this week. Graphing the four off functions, cosecant x, secant x, cotangent x, tangent x. Just to very briefly, cosecant and secant, just recap what we did. Graph cosecant x, you graph sine x, and you put x-intercepts through, vertical asymptote through every x-intercept. The peaks are common on both graphs. And then when you invert the values, you get these u's. There's another one over here, and you get these u's. This will happen with secant x. It's just shifted back a little bit. Tangent and cotangent are their own graphs. Do not graph the corresponding inverse and flip anything. You'll just get a big mess. So if I have y equals a cosecant kx and a secant kx, a is not amplitude. These u's go forever approaching these asymptotes. They're not a hard, it's not a hard number. It just controls, a controls how wide or narrow the u's are. Period. 2 pi over the k. If I have y equals a tangent kx, a cotangent kx, a is not amplitude. Period is pi over the k. Tangent and cotangent repeat themselves halfway around the circle. You get roughly u graphs for a tangent. Just to review what we did last time. Okay. Just try to, I think we did 13. I think we did 9 last time. 6.4. We're off page 540. Why don't we try one like 18. Y equals -3 secant x. And they want you to find period. Well, that will be 2 pi over the k, which is 1. This is the k value of 1. 2 pi. And the -3 is not amplitude, or 3 is not amplitude. It has no amplitude. So what we do is we graph -3 secant x and y equals -3 divided by cosine x. Actually, these are equal. I'm sorry, that's how we enter it. All right, so we enter -3 over cosine x. That's equal to -3 secant x. And we also enter y equals -3 cosine. Okay, I'll do the -3 cosine of x first. Graph. So you notice the -3 is going to flip everything upside down, and the amplitude on it is going to be 3. Again, this is a straight cosine. -3, to get the -3 secant, this is going to flip these humps are going to, that's going to be an upward U, this is going to be a downward U, and etc. So I'm going to sketch that out. It starts low and waves up and down. And that is your -3 cosine x. X-intercepts through asymptotes through every x-intercept. And I could go ahead and sketch the u's if you want, but I guess I'll do it on the calculator first. -3 divide by cosine x. Okay, there you are. There are the humps and dips flipping up and down. So the points at the hump and dip are common on both. Oops, missed an x-intercept or an asymptote there. And so on, y-axis and x-axis. -3 secant x. Okay, if you understand the logic of it, it's really not that hard. We're not going to mess with horizontal. We will not mess with horizontal shift or vertical shift on cosecant, secant, cotangent, tangent. Don't thank me all at once. All right. Why don't we pick one? Let's see, that's the secant. Why don't we pick one like 25? In page 540. Equals tangent of pi over 4x. And they want period. Pi over k, and that's equal to pi over 4. So we get pi over 4. And I froze. Please come back. Okay, there we are. And that'll be pi times 4 over pi. Remember, this flips. You multiply, which will be 4. So the period on this one is 4. And so we can almost sketch it out by hand. It will straight go through. And your asymptote will be 2 here and -2. So that difference is 4. That's the center one. Clear, clear, and you just do these by yourself. Tangent. The parentheses, pi divided by 4, close, x, close. Graph. All right, there's the one through the center. I don't know if you can tell, but there's that 2. It's going up and down, and there at -2, there's a vertical asymptote. So there's another one here. and another one here, and so on. Again, you can't draw a cotangent and flip something to get, well, you can do this one directly tangent, but when you do a cotangent, you don't graph a tangent and flip things to get it. It's not that easy. What about something like 30? We haven't done a cotangent. Let's try 24. Page 540, graph, cotangent, 3 cotangent. We're doing 24, 2 pi x. Period. Pi over 2 pi. Well, that's going to be 1/2. Okay, and I don't have cotangent memorized. It kind of does the reverse s's, tangent. So we will just graph it as 3 divided by tangent 2 pi x. That would be a 3 cotangent. Tangent on bottom is a cotangent on top. Graph. Oh, wow. We're getting a lot that you can hardly tell what's going on here. So many S curves in that interval. So we need to slow it down. Let's go -2 to 2 horizontally. Filling so much, can't even tell what's going on. Window, let's make the x -2 to 2. There you are. All right, so you sort of start with the center one, and you can see it approaches the y-axis, comes through here, and goes down, and this would be a 1/2, because that's 1 period of it. So that x-intercept would be at 1/4. And then you do another one. And you can do one back over here. And so on. But it goes forever this way and forever that way. So yeah, sometimes you got to really adjust your windows to really spread things out, see what's going on. We've done a tangent, we've done a cotangent. What else could we do? There's a whole lot else to do. Why don't we do a cosecant, looks like number 30. Page 540, number 30. Y equals 5 cosecant of a 3x. So your period is going to be a 2 pi over 3. 2 pi over k equal 3. And the 5 is not amplitude. All right, so I'm going to enter 5 sine 3x, and y equals 5 divided by sine 3x. Okay, and I guess this is going to be a wave. It'll go through the origin. It'll be a wave up to 5. Here, 5 sine 3x. Let's just do that one. Yeah, there you are. You're going up to 5, down to -5 through the origin. So it looks like your straight sine wave. It just goes up to 5 and down to -5. So up to 5, down to -5. Your period would be 2 pi over 3. Okay, and you don't really even have, or you have to even draw the others. You just draw x-intercepts and you flip. Make sure that they coincide. Oops, okay. And so on. So yeah, if I enter 5 divide by sine 3x. There the humps and dips flip. All right, well, that's examples of all the different functions. Unless there's any other questions, I think we will call it there and let everybody watch this, and you can see what's going on. Be ready for quiz. It'll be 8. I believe it would be quiz 8. Friday, 3/19, and do Sunday, 3/21. Over 6.4. All right, we will end the meeting. Thank you very much.